Rev up your engines for the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast with Big E. Proudly sponsored by Christensen Law, where bikers helping engine bikers is more than just a motto. It's our commitment to the biker community. Be sure to tune in and listen to the latest news and biker buzz. And for all your personal injury needs, be sure to contact the Christensen Law team at 248-900-9000. Welcome to the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast, where the rubber meets the road and the tales of the ride unfold. I'm Big E, your guide on this two-wheeled adventure. Life is short, bikers, so let's get after it. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. I got OG sitting in the house today.
Hello, everybody.
And via telephone, we have Jeremy Burk.
How's it going, everybody?
He is the CEO of Traditional American Cycle Supply.
I like that.
Yeah.
CEO.
CEO. Hey, how's it going, Jeremy?
Very good. How are you guys?
We're doing good. We're doing good. Little cool, little soggy out there for riding today, but
yeah, it's windy down here.
Yeah.
Windy and cold. Well, not cold, but you know.
Yeah, not warm.
Yeah.
I did see a biker.
It was 70 the other day. Now it's not.
Yeah.
I did see a guy on a bike on the way over here.
You did?
He was bundled up pretty good.
Oh wow.
Well, good for him. That's what we like to see. That's it. You know, like I said, it is Michigan. It's
hardcore.
That's our guys.
All right. So, Jeremy, why don't you tell us a little bit about your history and kind of what got you started into bikes? And I mean, we all have kind of a history of when we started, with mini bikes or whatever it was. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Cool, man. Yeah, no, it's a long story, but I'll shorten it up.
Yeah, you can tell a long story.
I don't know, probably not like a lot of people. I was born into motorcycles. My grandparents owned a motorcycle shop well back into the 50s in Compton, California, and in other places in Southern California, and eventually into Arizona. So I got to grow up that way. I got my childhood memories are hanging out in motorcycle shops and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, I have other memories, lots of other cool stuff, but some of my best ones are hanging out with my grandparents and my dad and doing motorcycle stuff. I have a first memory that was really hard for my grandparents to believe, but I used to tell them all the time as a kid that I remembered vividly being on this certain bike that was my grandpa only owned when I was like less than 2 years old. But that's just going into how long I've been, just surrounded and impacted by motorcycles. It's just a lifelong love. I grew up in Southern California, riding in the San Diego area, and then vacationing at my grandparents in Parker, Arizona, which they call on the river. It's just south of Lake Havasu. Just awesome riding, riding dirt bikes, and then, having family in the industry is just, basically you never have to pay retail for your motorcycle parts. So
Very cool.
It's a lot. It's really accessible, and then you can work off, work your Saturdays off, at grandpa's shop to earn bike parts. And that was good for me.
Cool.
So, fast forward, grew up as a kid. I moved from Southern California out to Indiana. I was in a lot of trouble. I was that kind of guy. You know, I got in lots of trouble. And Southern California wasn't the place for me as a late teen, early 20s. So I moved out here I live in Sturgis, Michigan now, but my mom is from Elkhart.
Okay.
And Elkhart, Indiana. So that is where I kind of made my adult roots. Started working for a company called North End Cycle. That was my first outside the family professional parts job, and then stumbled into a Harley Davidson dealership and fell in love with that in my early 20s. Now I grew up in metric world, and I'm sure my grandpa is rolling in his grave that I'm a Harley guy now. He went to World War II, came back. He was a British guy. Was really into matchless and Triumphs because they would do 100 miles an hour. He liked doing the ton and all that stuff. So
right.
And then riding dirt bikes. And back then, you had to ride English bikes to be competitive. So that's where and then you get into the whole AMA and Harley thing. And my grandpa was an AMA guy. So it just, if you know motorcycle history, it was, he just wasn't, Harley just wasn't his thing. So
wasn't his, yeah.
But it is mine. I think I love the history. I love the, I don't know. There's you guys ride Harleys,
right? Yeah.
There's just something different about it. You can ride all motorcycles are fun, but Harleys are cool. So.
Yeah. There's definitely something to be said about riding a Harley. I don't know. It's just different. OG can tell you he went from a Victory to a Harley, and he freaking just.
I resisted for as long as I could, and wish I had done it sooner.
No, I get it, but then get left high and dry by by Polaris, on the brand you love, and then luckily the motor company's there to pick you up and give you a good option with and it's a good. I don't know. That Harley industry is cool. I jumped out for a few months a few years ago when I was still doing a parts manager thing, and it just the customers and the vibe it's just not the same.
No,
and, I'm not trying to say it's bad or anything. It's just the whole metric vibe is just it's just different and
very.
And I dig the camaraderie, the community, and the Milwaukee Thunder that the Harley Davidsons provide.
Very cool.
So that. And then I became a parts guy. I worked my way up in Harley Davidson dealerships. I've worked for 5 Harley Davidson shops. 3 of them no longer exist. So I don't know if that's a good record to keep. But I worked for Garenzer Harley Davidson. I worked for Hamilton Harley Davidson, and I worked for Perry Harley Davidson. And Perry being the most recent one that no longer exists. So
right.
Which is how I find myself in my current situation. Unemployed and starting a business. Well, I'm not really unemployed now. I started working a few weeks ago, third shift to fund my dream. So here we are. I'm a lifelong motorcycle lover. I'm a 30-year veteran in the professional motorcycle industry, in the parts departments and management of dealerships and stuff like that. So here I am, ready to serve the community under my own brand, and that's Traditional American Cycle Supply.
There you go. And he's got a website and everything.
www.tradamcycle.com.
Yep. Oh, geez, looking. I was surfing it earlier today, but
and I will this is you got to remember I'm a one-man show. I'm the marketing guy. I'm the web developer. I just really noticed that I need to tidy up the pictures on my website a little bit. So if anybody's jumping on there, hopefully by the time this airs, I will have tidied that up. It's one of those things.
It's a work in progress, and you're just starting, and that's cool. And I don't know how. I think most people kind of feel how I feel. Instead of giving our money to the big conglomerate like Revzilla or JP Cycle, or they're pretty much owned by the same company anyways, why not go find the local guy or the new guy on the block and spend our money with him and help him out?
That, and my sentiments exactly. We get our stuff from the same people. I have access to all the same stuff. I don't have a big warehouse, or I got I got canned from my career, and
Right.
don't get me wrong, I was planning on doing this, but we were paying off some stuff and all that. Me and my wife are regular folks. We luckily she has a great job that can afford my my wanton hobby jobs that I've been able to have without too much stress on the family, and keeping us in motorcycles because I really love it. But you hit the nail on the head. That's really something that means a lot to me, is that a lot of people buy stuff from JP Cycles. A lot of people buy from Dennis Kirk, Revzilla, all these companies, and that's great. They make a large presence. I believe they've done a lot in their original forms for the motorcycle community, but right now they're just these giant names that funnel parts over the internet. And JP has and Cycle Gear have some stores. They try to do the brick and mortar thing, but like I can guarantee you, most people haven't met John Parham, don't know who Dennis Kirk is or was, and Revzilla, it's its own monster.
Right.
I'm and you probably never met John Parham, and
exactly,
and all that stuff. So, but I'm Jeremy Burk. I own Trad-Am Cycle, and I really, really want your business. I want to do my best to provide affordable parts and accessories to nationwide, and then and I really want to have what I consider the coolest motorcycle shop for my local community. And hopefully it's a destination and what I'm hopefully to turn into kind of like the gateway into Michigan. So we're right on the Indiana border, right in the middle of the state. It would be a great place for people to stop in and then go check out what Michigan has to offer with a good send off from a local guy that really gives a shit or cares a lot. Sorry.
No,
you're fine.
Yeah, it's fine. I guarantee worse has been said on here.
Not a problem. I just wanted to get more reach, man.
Right. Well,
the less tomfoolery we provide, the more I think the algorithm will spit it out. So,
I definitely think there's something to be said for going to a shop where you can develop a relationship with someone as opposed to ordering something online and you get what you get. And if you have an issue and trying to get through or get help or get a resolution doesn't always work at those type of companies. So, I hope things really work out for you. I mean, I'm kind of jealous to be able to,
I know, right?
Do something for a living that you love to do. I don't know what that feels like.
No, I'm grateful and lucky. Both of those I couldn't be more. Those are the two best adjectives to use. I couldn't be more grateful or lucky to be in the position I am right now. It's a little slow going. We just started. Nobody knows who we are. Sales are, they could be better, but I'm not complaining at all. Everything will come. I'm on a podcast right now.
Who would have thought?
I'm really in the scheme of things, I'm nobody, and I really appreciate the time, and the effort that you guys, Rob from Northern Michigan Biker, RJ from Thunder Roads, Michigan, all you guys have really, Shell from bikers helping injured bikers, you guys have all reached out and been really cool to me, and I can't wait to return the favor and have cool events and have this just awesome group of community of customers and riders that want to play along.
Right. And I kind of met you through Rob.
Yep.
He kind of was pushing you a little bit on Northern Michigan Bikers Facebook page, and you kind of out of nowhere kind of gave us some props. And so I reached out to you and I'm like, hey dude, thanks man. You want to come on the podcast? Because I'm all about helping, here's a guy who is honest and genuine and starting off, and I want to see him succeed. So,
I couldn't appreciate it more, man. That's it gets me in the feels. Let me tell you.
Like I said, Revzilla, all that stuff. They've got enough money.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you need something tomorrow, dude, I'm not your guy. Like, I tell you what. But if you need some if you need some tires, I'm really pushing Shinkos, but I can get Metzlers and Dunlops and all that stuff. I'll get that stuff on the website. But I'm really trying to pick the products in my in my the groove, I guess. The vibe I'm putting out.
Right.
I just wanted to just throw everything in my catalog on the website. There is some random stuff on my website right now because we're actually building a motorcycle. I will get to that here in a little while. I stumbled it just man, this shop thing is just turned into this great thing for me personally, where I just stumble into these like really cool opportunities because I have the time and I have the drive. I have a lot of sweat equity, because I don't have much money for this business. So I have a lot of time, and the time is priceless.
Right.
And so I have a lot of that to give, and it seems to be working in my favor. So I have some random stuff on my website because I funnel all my sales through my website, and I'm selling these products to the charitable organization. So it works out for everybody. They get parts, I get to write it off, all that kind of stuff. So
very cool. So let's talk about the bike.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead.
All right. So here, let me ramble on again. It's Operation Wind Therapy is the name of it. Where that comes from is I had a customer at Perry's. His name's Sergio. He's a vet. He's a motorcycle enthusiast. His family is into the motorcycles, and when Perry's was closing down, he stumbled across this Sportster they had that they really wanted to get rid of, and he bought it. And he was like, "Jeremy, I really want to give this to a vet." I was like, "Cool, man." He goes, "But I don't want to just give it to somebody. I want to trick it out a little bit, and I want to raise awareness to veteran suicide." He had all these numbers, in not just the 22 a day, is a hashtag that we can all follow to keep to raise awareness and stuff like that. But in his opinion, because he lives in Kalamazoo, Michigan, just in West Michigan in 2021. The VA reported 171 or 173 suicides just in West Michigan.
Wow.
Veteran related, and that number hits a lot harder than 22 a day. I don't know, 22 days a lot, because you could hit 171 in not too many days, but that's just one little area, and it really hit home with all of us. And so he asked me to be a part of it. And then he happens to be a member of the VFW in Kalamazoo on Red Arrow Highway. It's VFW 1527, and they happen to have a riding group called the Red Arrow Riders.
Yep. So
the VFW, the Red Arrow Riders, and then one of the other members of the VFW is a member of the CVMA, and I think it. And I'm pretty positive it's 35-4. I wish I had it, but that's the West Michigan chapter, and I'm not a vet. I'm just a guy that cares a lot. And I got to be thrown in with these guys as a main sponsor of this bike giveaway. So what it is, it's a 2006 Sportster that Sergio purchased and is donating free of charge. And what we're doing is on Thursdays for a couple hours at the VFW, they were doing some remodeling of their main hall. So they let us use a corner of it as this bike building area. So I don't know how it's going to work in the future, but for this year, every Thursday for a couple hours, all winter long, we've been veterans, members of the VFW have been able to come out and hang out and work on the motorcycle, just be around it, learn about the project, stuff like that. And basically Sergio's idea is winter's a dark time for vets, especially ones that have dark times themselves. And it was just just something that he could offer to get people out of the house a little bit, and we don't know, we didn't really grill anybody that showed up or anything like that. We don't know their personal situations, but we met some new people, and it's been a great thing. Like I said, it's a 2006 Sportster, and what we're doing is we're doing a little club style, military inspired customization on it. It's turning out really cool. The tins are at paint right now. It's going to be a coyote brown theme. We had a gentleman out of Kalamazoo. His Instagram is Grateful Threads. He did a custom seat for it. There's a couple little teasers. I'll do some more. I'll do just actually this week. I have a lot more content coming out on it. So if you follow any of my socials or any of theirs, you should be able to check it out. But it's going to be military inspired. Got some custom one-off parts on it. I can't wait for everybody to see it. It's amazing.
Very cool. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, I am too. I can't wait to see it. What an amazing program to be a part of. That's so cool.
Yeah. No, it turned into more of a project than I thought I was getting into. But it's something now. So we're gonna we're giving it away May 4th. Here probably not this week, but the week after, we'll have some forms. I don't know how we're going to distribute it yet. It's just a couple of guys, and we're trying, and we both have lives and jobs and stuff we're trying to do. But this is really, really important to us. So we got to pick a veteran so we can give the bike away May 4th. So here shortly, there should be some. I'll get it to you guys as well, so you can spread the word on a nomination form of some sort, and we'll try to find a guy that's or a gal that's a veteran. That we got 3 criteria that's really important to us. A, they can afford it. We don't want to give like somebody a bill, that's struggling in life and stuff like that. We don't.
Right.
It would be a great gesture, but they would be like, "How am I going to afford this?" Along with all the other stuff I got going on. So A, they got to afford it. That's a and I'm saying that like bluntly. I don't mean it to be crass or anything like that. It's just we want it to be an addition to someone's life, not a burden.
Right.
Second, they have to be willing or either have a endorsement or be willing to, or not an endorsement, but either have taken a motorcycle safety course or be willing to take one. That's really important to Sergio. And he wants, so we're going to pay for it. But if you have taken it one and if a guy's been riding for 20 years or something like that, we might make an exception, but we really want to send somebody through a motorcycle safety course. So we're doing our part to make sure that this is a safe and fun hobby for somebody that might just be getting into it. And the third one is obviously they have to be a veteran. So it doesn't have to be combat or anything like that, but just to have served in one of our armed forces and is deserving of a free motorcycle.
Very cool. Yeah.
Other than that, we just really hope someone cool gets it. That,
right.
that wants to ride it and show it off a little bit.
I think it's an awesome program. So this is the first year. Is there talk of doing it again, or?
Yes, we are going to get this one given away and then regroup. We've obviously when you do something for the first time, you figure out like, oh, I should have done this, should have done that. First thing is electronic donations. We got to figure out a way to make that happen. Right now we're just taking cash and check. And, sorry, I'm watching my daughter's dog. She's
for a minute there, I thought it was my dog's, but
if you've listened to the podcast before, that's not unusual.
And sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Funds. We were talking funds.
Oh, donations.
Donations. Yeah.
Yep. And so, I apologize. And so we're working on getting electronic donations because who wants to go to the ATM and who has their checkbook on them?
Right.
That's one of those things. So we're going to figure out that for next year. And then, we have some, Kalamazoo actually has some, as a city, has started some veteran outreach stuff. And we've kind of reached out to those folks, and then we have a little more traction. We got a contact at Channel 3, which is the local Kalamazoo news. Next year we're gonna amp it up a little bit and be a little more professional. But this year, it's a little grassroots. 2 guys trying to give away a motorcycle.
Got to start somewhere.
Yeah. No, it's fun. It'll be cool to be able to, hey, remember back then when we didn't even know what we were doing and still managed to pull this off.
Right. So yeah, I'm geeked to see some of that, and I'll definitely share it on my Facebook and.
I appreciate that.
Definitely. So we got that, and let's talk a little bit more about your aspirations and dreams. I reached out and contacted you and got you to come on the podcast, and apparently you must have listened to one of them. Because you reached out and said, "Hey, I've got an idea for your tire review."
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. I've been drinking coffee for like 2 hours, so I'd be ready to shoot, man. So the podcast you guys did, like, I was just listening to it, and then here you guys are talking about doing this really cool tire review, and not only are you doing the tire review, but you're doing it on the Shinko 777s. Well, my little company, I have this thing about paying retail for tires. I've worked for Harley Davidson dealerships for 25 years, and I finally, I don't know, it was in 2010 or maybe, no, it was in 2013, because I just seen the memory not too long ago. I finally convinced the owner of Hamilton Harley Davidson that charging customers retail for tires is just absurd, and I just don't like, I hate it. It's tires are expensive, and it's the only thing that you, like, when you ride your motorcycle, you use gas and you wear out your tires. Everything else is maintainable and all that stuff. But you wear the shit out of tires and you run out of gas, like that.
Right.
That's what happens. And gas is expensive enough, and tires are just like, and the problem I have is with most tire purchases, there's a labor involved, when you buy, especially when you're buying from a dealership. There's no reason to pay MSRP on a tire. Like, it just baffles me. So there's my little rant on that. So the reason I'm pushing Shinko 777s and 999s is they're a newer tire from a brand that has a reputation for being less expensive. We'll call them cheap. Is their reputation, but that's only because they didn't sell all of their tires in America most of the time, and the tires that took off for Shinko were the cheap ones that people on sport bikes love to burn out. They didn't really have a reputable cruiser tire until now. They got a really nice all around cruiser tire, and then they have a higher their long haul, the 999. A little thing about Shinko tires is you probably don't hate Yokohama tires. Yokohama was a top end Japanese brand. What Shinko is a company bought all of Yokohama's motorcycle tire equipment, all of it, and moved it to South Korea. And so what we're dealing with is, very high-end equipment being produced, but the product being produced in South Korea. So it's good stuff. What hit me is I'm definitely pushing 777s and 999s, and you guys are going to do a review on the 777s. So immediately in my head, I was like, man, I need to sponsor these guys, and we need to do a review on the 777s this year and the 999s next year, and have the most comprehensive 777 and 999 review on the internet. And so here we are talking about it.
Yep,
make it happen.
And that is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, I looked at your prices; they are right in line with the big boys.
Yeah.
Instead of giving your money to the big boys, let's give it to you.
Yep. Believe it or not, I can play with the Shinko. It's to say whoever's selling Shinkos out there, I'm selling them at the same price.
Yep.
If they're selling them less than me, I report them to Shinko, and you might win a prize because that's illegal. And then I'm going to also start selling. I'm going to do something that's a little different as well. I'm going to start doing pairs as well. So you can, for your motorcycle, you can
get the front and rear.
Yeah. So, and then buy, and And granted, I'm on Shopify. I'm on the cheapest one. I don't have all the access to all the cool apps like, shop, where you can put in your shop by bike and stuff like that. All that stuff's coming. I promise. Those ones cost money.
Here's your starting.
I don't have it. So, but yeah, eventually here soon, I'll have like a few pages on there that are like, specific to bikes, because that'll be the easiest way for me to do that. And then, there'll be a pair of tires for, your street glide specials, road glide specials, STs, stuff like that. We'll start breaking stuff down like that as I sell more products, because that's kind of what I'm doing. As I sell products, I add them to the website. But I have all the Shinkos that are on there are all Harley Davidson fitment. You just got to know your size at the moment.
And all you do is go look at your tire. So
Yeah, this is big. This is big boy stuff. One day I promise I'll be. I'll cater to everybody. But this, I'm a writer's shop at the moment. Like you got to be.
Right.
It's like back in the day, your owner's manual came with how to adjust your valves. Like because that was like the dealer wasn't going to do that for you. You have to adjust your valves on your total loss 1926 Harley Davidson, sir.
Oh, so yeah, we're going to be running Shinko 7.7s, and we'll break it down. We'll do a video when we mount them, and then we'll do a video so many miles in and so many miles in, and then at the end of the season, hopefully we're 10,000 or more miles on them. So,
this is gonna be priceless. I'm gonna push you as hard as I can. So I'm a dealer. I'm gonna try to get my rep to because Western Power Sports, WPS, Hard Drive, they're the sole distributor of Shinko in the U.S. And man, Shinko is kind of like in the last 9 months, about 9 months ago, they just stopped posting on social media and stuff like that.
Really?
So I really think that we have a good. There's a good opportunity for this to kind of blow up, especially this time of the season. The value based product. The 777s don't have the life of the 999s, but I think you guys are going to really notice the traction and the wet weather confidence that you'll get out of the 777.
Cool.
You're not going to get the mileage you would out of, like, you say, a Commander 2 or like the newer Dunlops with the multi-tread compounds and stuff. But you are going to your tire's going to perform well. What you ask it to do, and that's really, and you're going to get your monies out of it. So that's.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to give it a try. My wife's dad put Shinkos on his Fat Boy last year, front and rear, basically because he couldn't get Dunlops.
Yeah.
And so far he loves some tires. They're wearing good, and he doesn't travel quite the miles that we do, but
right. No, so what era is his what year's his Fat Boy?
09.
Okay, so he's got the big tires.
Yeah, he's got the big fat. It's wide.
Yeah, no, they don't call it Fat Boy for nothing.
Right,
I mean, that they made it super fat in 07, but it's been like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like a 200. Does that sound right?
It's 200. Yeah, 200 on there.
I think it's a 200 in the back.
Yeah, 200. Yeah, the breakout, I think, it's got the 240, but in the FXDR. But yeah, those have 200s.
Yeah, it's big. You can definitely see it going down the road, following them. Is she nice and wide, fatter than on my Ultra?
Oh yeah.
So, what else?
We're we're sponsoring your. I believe Trade M Cycle is sponsoring the official Shinko.
The official Shinko
ride review.
Yeah, we're fired up about it. Like I said, we talked on the phone, and then I told the guys, and they're excited. So yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
awesome.
No, I'm glad I can. I'm glad the way I can help works out for you guys. It's going to be a good deal, good partnership. Cool.
And we're going to help push you along. So because we like you.
Well, I like you guys, man. This is cool. I'm glad. It's what you're doing isn't it takes a lot of work. You can't it sounds like people are just talking, but there's a lot of stuff that goes on in the background, and it's definitely appreciated.
Yeah.
I hope you guys grow as stewards of motorcycling in Michigan.
We're trying.
We got a really cool motorcycle vibe. I don't know if you guys know it, but like the Michigan, Indiana, Kentucky corridor is drag specialties like second most lucrative territory.
Really?
There's a lot of motorcycles and motorcycle parts and stuff being bought in our area. So
there's a lot of motorcycles in Michigan. I know that.
Yeah, it's one of the top motorcycle in my little county, St. Joe County. We've got 10,000 registered motorcycles.
Wow.
It's a very sparse county, so it's all cornfields and farmland down here. So
very cool.
Yeah,
I remember when we went down there. It was Farmerville.
Yeah, definitely got to cater to the farmers if you want to sell expensive things down in the old Sturgisville. But other than that, man, I got some cool. I'm working on a bike night. It's not solid right now because I'm actually meeting Monday morning with the city manager, and then we're going to put it in front of the city commission, I believe, next week because they got to approve it because I'm using some city resources like electricity, their property, because they have Sturgis has a little food truck program. The people that pay the fee or whatever can show up at any of these spots,
right?
Whenever, and my bike nights happen to be on one of those spots, and it's part of the Sturgis Social District. So if you go to we got a Wings Etc. in town, that's part of it. So you can bring your drinks and stuff from Wings Etc. or go from the bike night down there. We got a catered liquor license on premises. So there's going to be a bar, I'm not going to tell her prices, but like it's going to be fun. Like, you're going to show up, you're expecting, outdoor venue prices, and it's really, your neighborhood bar prices. It's really cool.
Very cool.
I've got a taco truck, and a bunch of vendors. I believe Shell is coming out for a few of them. Bikers helping injured bikers. Got to still figuring
bike
that
wash?
out. I think so.
Yeah, so they do bike wash usually. She does.
Yeah. But I don't. We were talking about a whole bunch of things, so I don't want to hold her down to anything, especially on this podcast. But she reached out to me, and
she'll be on here in about a couple hours anyway. So
sweet. Tell her I said hi, and I hope we can do our thing. Because it'll be on Tuesdays in Sturgis, Michigan, starting May 21st, as long as the commission approves it here in the next week or two. So
very cool.
I'm really looking forward to that. I already got a really cool local artist hooked me up with if you saw any of I posted it on all my reels, but there was this really cool winged bike.
Yeah.
It's going to be 2-wheel Tuesday. It's going to be cool. It's a great event. It's going to be weekly for I think 20 weeks, March 21st or May 21st to September 16th. There's 2 weeks in there that it won't happen. I'll be very, I'll advertise that very well. One of them is because Sturgis has their Sturgis Fest bike night. And that's always been on a Thursday. So I'm not going to try and compete with that at all. I won't have a bike night that week.
Right.
It'll be the Sturgis Fest one. And then one night there's some sort of to-do at the, I'm sorry, not to-do. It's voting. There's a day where we vote.
Yeah,
that's on Tuesdays. And so they do the parking lot. So yeah. So very American. I'm definitely cool with skipping for some voting action. So
definitely, yeah, we need some voting. Definitely need some voting in this country.
Yeah,
that's all we're gonna say about that.
Yeah, that's all you need to say.
Yep. Voting's good. All right, man. Thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for sponsoring us for our little Shinko ride for the summer.
No problem, man. I'm so glad.
And next summer. So yeah, we're excited. We're excited to do it. It's gonna be cool. I got some, man. I've been telling people, you gotta listen to this podcast. Got some big news. So, and we already talked about something else, and we'll get going on that too.
Yeah.
give you a little shout out so people don't forget about you.
Yeah, no, it's, I don't know. I listen to the Fast Life podcast, so I'm kind of thinking it's like one of those things, like what Jace does when he's talking on his, like, where he's like, thanks, Arlen Ness is a great company, and so I'm thinking of some stupid commercial like that or something.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, definitely.
I'll get you. I'll get that to you as soon as possible.
Cool.
It's just one of those things.
Yeah, it's a little bit tough to think something like that. It's not really my line of work. I don't.
It's fun though. It's
that whole advertising thing, coming up with ads. It was tough to come up with a pre-roll for my sponsor. They didn't have anything, so I'm like, all right, I guess I'll come up with something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very cool. We're excited, and we're going to get down to meet you before all this nonsense happens somehow. Maybe we'll come pick up our tires.
There you go.
Yeah, that'd be great, man.
It's only a few hour drive. Probably like 3, something like that. I don't know. But
you guys in Ludington?
Yeah, just outside of Ludington, but in Branch. So, like I said, we might have to go for a pizza run.
Hey,
Freshie's Pizza awesome. Down there. That's some good pizza. If you haven't been there, you need to go there.
I haven't. No, I
definitely check them out. The guy's got all kinds of awesome pizza ideas. Definitely go check Freshies out.
Yeah, will do, man.
All right, brother. Thanks for coming on the show.
Hey, no problem. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it.
Go ahead and I'll let you plug your website again real quick.
Yeah, it's a Traditional American Cycle Supply. You can find me at www.tradamcycle.com. We're a place for motorcycles and the people who ride them.
And he's got a Facebook page and everything. So
yeah, we got Facebook, Instagram. I'm pretty famous on TikTok right now. It's kind of blowing up. So
sweet.
If you're on the TikTok, I can go live now. They gave me access to live a couple weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
So we went live.
You got like followers
during
on
swap meet. Yeah, so it's working out. So
that's awesome.
If you're on the TikTok before they ban it, get on there and check me out. It's Tradam. Everything's Tradam Cycle. Sometimes there's some what do you call them, underscores or whatever in between. So if Tradam Cycle itself don't work, try to break it up with the underscores, and that'll find me.
Cool. All right, man. Have a good one.
Awesome.
I know you got to get to sleep because you got to go back to work or something.
Yeah, I got to go to sleep here in about an hour and a half, so
I
can go back to work here in about 5 hours or 6, whatever it is.
Got to fund the dream. 10
o'clock. Got to fund it, man. Yeah.
All right, man.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yep. Have a good one.
Stay out of trouble.
Yeah, we'll try. Later. There you go, Jeremy Burk, Traditional American Cycle Supply. Definitely a cool dude. He's just awesome dude. I got nothing but love for the guy.
Just followed him on TikTok.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right, guys. I think that's all we got for today. We're going to go do something. We got a couple more interviews to do a little bit later on. So, I guess no beer and bourbon right now.
That's kind of early.
It is a little bit early for the beer and bourbon. And I think we probably won't touch it till...
Probably not until PP gets here.
Yeah. So, you got your Mountain Dew. I got some water.
Yeah, we're good. Water.
So, I know. I know. Water. Yeah. Crazy. I don't drink much pop, though, really.
No?
Beer, bourbon, or water.
I go back and forth. I do 6 months of drinking a lot of pop, and then I won't drink it for 6 months. So.
Yeah. All right, bikers. Life is short. Get after it. We're out of here for a little while. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in to the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast. Be sure you're getting out there and riding.